And we are live. Hello, hello, hello at 11:55. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing great. Live from just outside of Toronto. Which one of you manifested this? I got the messages. I got the messages loud and clear. My antenna is open for receiving, and I got the messages. Who asked for this stream? Your manifestations came true. See how that works? What's happening, fellas? Hello, hello. Good Friday evening. Almost Saturday morning. We're 4 minutes away from Saturday, but nonetheless, hello. It's good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Let us know you did. I should have known. What's happening, Lily? How you doing? Good to see Lily. Good to see Saab. Good to see the coach. Coach, I saw what you did there, Coach. I saw what you did. I won't say anything, but I saw what you did. We'll keep it a secret. Our secret, okay? But smart guy. Smart guy. You're just following the rules. That's what makes you the coach. You're just following the rules. You know what I mean? You're just following the rules. What's happening, Arian? Good to see you guys. Happy Friday, Saturday, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, this message is held for review. I wonder what it says. What do you think it could say? Coach, YouTube is blocking your comments. Why? Maybe they know you're the coach. How's everybody doing Friday night? How's life treating you? I was just kind of out and about. Had a great day, but just recently I was just out and about and came in, settled down. I thought let's fulfill somebody's desires, somebody's manifestations. And here we are. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Eugene. Hi, Lily. Hi, Mike Krzyzewski. Got any weekend plans? Yeah, I do. Always got plans. My son has football all weekend, so we'll be doing some of that. I might be taking the boys downtown tomorrow just to go out to dinner. But other than gym stuff and household things, yeah. How about you guys? You go home tomorrow. Do you miss home? Are you happy to be going home? Isn't wherever you are home kind of too? Earth is home. Do I own Frederic Malle Dawn? I do. I do own Dawn. What's happening, guys? Release the files. Kash Patel, stop being a motherfucker and release the files. We want the files. Who's got the files? Who should we bother for the files? I want to see the files. Open the fucking files. I can imagine who's on the files. What a t-shirt. You like the t-shirt? Yeah, me too. Me does. What are you wearing? Frederic Malle. I've been wearing Frederic Malle all day. Today. So I started this morning I actually went to work today. Oddly, I went in for a couple hours. And I thought, all right, I'm going in for a couple hours. Let's kind of step out of our comfort zone and try something that might be a little bit risky. And, if we don't enjoy it, hell, it's only a couple of hours. So I went with this Uncut Gem. And, for the flack it takes or gets, doesn't take shit. It gets shit. I enjoyed it. It was good. I had a great day with Uncut Gem. It was kind of this spicy, woody, fruity little thing. Mostly Angelica and what felt like pineapple. this really fruity, sweet concoction. It felt like pineapple. So pineapple, angelica seed or angelica root, and leather mostly. Very green, very green perfume. So that's what I wore today. Uncut gem. And then I went out with the kids. We went for a nice workout. Got back, had a shower, and I am currently in Frederic Malle, Monsieur, which is a massive patchouli. A leathery, ambery patchouli. Kind of sweet. It's not pineapple, but it is sweet. Rum and sweet. You miss your own space. What about pace? Do you miss your own pace? Do you like your own pace? Do you like pace that you're on? And that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing Monsieur right now. So I went with, yeah, these were my two fragrances of the day. Uncut and Monsieur. And look what's here. Bois d'Orage. I am not wearing this today, but I could be, I should be. What are you guys all wearing? Lou, what's happening, Lou? Good to see you, Lou. Hope you're good. Doing great, Lou. Hope the same for you, bud. Let us know your scent of the day. Let us know your strain of the day. Or whatever else you want us to know. You like an uncut gem. I layered. You'll be upset. How upset would I be? And what did you layer? Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Nasty. You're a critter. What should we do with you? What should be the punishment? Coach says, I love eating pineapple, but just don't think I'd want the smell of it. I don't mind it so much in fragrance. To be honest, I don't think there are so many pineapple fragrances. I know Aventus kind of made it king, right? Pineapple. But how many fragrances do you know with pineapple in it? Like a real good pineapple. My pace is notoriously slow. Is that good or bad? Or is that just like perfect? And what are you comparing slow to? Like what makes it slow? Slow to somebody else's fast? Or are you comparing it to someone else's pace? Nectarine Man says, I'm unfortunately downsizing my fragrance collection. I have too many I love but feel are too special to wear every day, and the occasions to wear them are too rare. I'm replacing with nice but wearable. Thoughts? Well, I mean, I got tons of shit that isn't casual, you know what I mean? Like the night or the moon. It's not everyday stuff, right? And things that I only wear once or twice a year, but at the same time, I don't feel like I want to get rid of mine. I enjoy having them. I don't think Monsieur is an everyday fragrance. It's nice to have. It's nice to have. It's nice to wear whenever I like. I have that option. But you know, if you're not enjoying them or would prefer to have the space and the money, you know, and you feel better doing that, hell, that's your thing, you know, by all means, do it. You know, that's your path. There's gonna come some time where, what am I gonna do with all mine? I'll eventually have to get rid of my stuff too. You know, at some point, I don't know when that point is, but you never know. Floral says, I gotta confess at church in my knees and beg for forgiveness. What are you begging for? What are you begging for? Do you feel that your passion for perfume helped you discover your true identity, or did it help you create a new one? Ooh, that's a good one. You got to ask yourself, how many identities do you have? You know, a lot of us wear masks and we play multiple people. Fuck, that's a good question, bud. How deep do you want to go? You know? Um, I mean, there's definitely some self-discovery in fragrance. Learning who you are, learning what you like, learning what you love, learning what you don't like, learning why, like figuring out why. Why don't you? What is it about this? What is it about you? Axel, what's happening? Scent of the day, Une Rose. A nice Frederic Malle. Who else is wearing Frederic Malle? What's my age, man? What do you think my age is, man? The layering sin. It is, yeah, it's kind of sinful. It's kind of makes you an awful person. Awful, distracted. I don't know if it's forgivable. What should the punishment be? Eugene is ageless. Kind of, yeah, that'd be nice. Unfortunately, not true. It would be nice. What's happening, Dan? What's happening, Robert? Good to see you guys. Budster, buddy. Yeah, buddy! Let us know what you guys are wearing. Let us know your strain. Let us know your pain. I gotta run, but I hope all of you have a great weekend. All right, coach. We'll see you, bud. Have a good one. Running at midnight. Where are you going at midnight? Unless it's to bed. But if you're going somewhere exciting, take us with you. Take us with you. Who else is wearing Malle? Frederic Malle. Our Platinum wore the moon 2 days ago. $48. Close. Close. I wore the moon 2 days ago. I only have Frederic Malle music. Tell us how you feel about that. I like music. Pineapple. Pineapple, lavender, patchouli. It's good. Really good. A little bit of cotton candy. Sweet, but not too sweet. It's not the worst culprit. There's way worse, like high fructose corn syrup perfumes out there. Thanks for the reply. You're welcome. I have a lot of stuff, and a friend asked me, do I love owning them or using them? And I couldn't answer them, saying that some of the new Balenciagos are good. Before I go and buy any of those new Balenciagos, I would definitely compare them to vintages that are still available, still around, still affordable. What are the costs for these new Balenciagos? I'm just really curious compared to what you can get vintages. I seen vintages at Enchanté the last time when they still had the retail store. They had a lot of those. I remember smelling some of them. Some of them were decent. They were good. Like, what do you mean decent? They were really good. Like Nectarine, man. However you feel, man. Like, there's no right or wrong way. And if you do end up selling them and regret it one day, you can always get them back. You know, you don't have to get all of them back, but you can rebuild your collection. I don't mind having a large collection. You know, I got the time, I got the space. It's not getting in my way. And until, you know, any of that changes, nothing will change. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like, you know, doing the live stream and I can pull up any kind of bottle I want. Almost as if I'm in a library. It's like I have a library card. I would say you're near 50. You are so close, man. You're so close, buddy. I am wearing Epic Man tonight. 51. Oof. You just got a little bit cold, bud. I'm wearing Musk Ravageur tomorrow. Oh, what's tomorrow? I keep thinking about pulling out Musk Ravageur. Here we go. Here we go. What's happening, Bobby? Good evening, Captain. Scent of the day, Dion Sports 2012. Good to see Ono. Lily says I smelled bleu l'exclusive. I feel there's no finesse. Yeah, they kind of lost me. But bleu, bleu is also not for me. I'm not kind of in that. I'm not the one they're marketing bleu to at the same time, so I gotta let bleu go. It's come time to let it go. I gotta cut the cord. No more connection to bleu. Bye bye. I loved bleu. There was a time I loved it. I think I wore it for half a summer. I spent half a summer in bleu. Used a half a bottle, but bleu's not for me, and I'm okay with it. You just gotta let it go. Oh, not music. Sorry, Dan. I said Musgrave. I saw music. And I don't know what I was thinking, man. I just saw music. Maybe I saw your name and I thought of music because you vibe like music. Yeah, I feel like wearing Musgrave soon. But I wish I stocked up on older bottles when I had the chance. Those older bottles were gold. I'll never forget the fucking first time I put Musgrave on. Like, I tried it at the boutique, right? The very first time. And the guy gives me a sample, the sales assistant. And I took the sample home. And I said, it was a Saturday. And I was at the department store, the luxury department store. I said, I'm going to save this until Monday. And then Monday, I'm going to go to work all day and I'll be able to enjoy this. I got up Monday morning, so excited. I put my sample in the fridge. My sample of Musgrave was in the fridge. And I got showered, dressed, ready for work. I come out on the driveway. I swear there was a full moon. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way to work. Stars were out. I'll never forget. And I sprayed Musgrave on. I was like, oh my God, this is what it's all about. This is what perfume is all about. It's like life-changing, at that time. I was just in love. I was in love with Musgrave. I was in love with that moment. I was just like in awe. Like, wow. Just how spicy and seductive it was. It's hard to recapture those feelings, once you get to know something and it becomes kind of, familiar, you know what I mean? You even then lose like nuances, but yeah, those early impressions were life-changing. Lou is wearing Mirror de Venite. So Nectarine Man saying 230 pounds for 100 mil of Balenciaga in the UK. It's not bad. I mean, it's much less than Dior. It sounds like Dior. Much less than Hermes, less than Chanel, less than all the other designers by the looks of it. Much less than Frederic Malle. One of my most recent surprising discoveries. I don't know if I've had any recent. Zuzu. Zuzu. I don't know if I've had anything like Musk Ravageur wise. How about you guys? Good. Oh, Cheap. What's happening? Cheap Imitation. Good to see you, bud. Good evening to you. How you doing? At 12:15 p.m. on a Friday night. Let us know what you're wearing. I am in Monsieur. Where did you go? Where did she go? You were just here. Oh yeah, here we go, Monsieur. And this morning, earlier during the day, I was in Uncut Gem. So Uncut and Monsieur tonight for the evening. Was there a particular fragrance that felt like a turning point? Maybe Antaeus, because Antaeus was a hard love for me at first. When I first smelled it, I was like, "What is this vile and disgusting thing? What human would put this on them? Like, who would want to smell like a raccoon?" Was what I was feeling with all that castoreum. And every time I went back to that department store that it was Hudson's Bay that had Antaeus, I would run like the whole car ride to the bay. My mind would be on that Antaeus. I was like, I can't wait to smell that trash. Like I'm so excited to smell that awful perfume. And I thought just Antaeus ahead of all the other perfumes that I actually liked, like wanted to buy and purchase. But I was like, I had this obsession with it just because it was such a weird, abnormal smell, like unlike anything I've ever smelled before. And then I like something clicked like during one car ride. I was like, you know what? It's so weird. As like I think I actually really like it. Like I was having this conversation with myself. I was like, how can this be? Like the first time you smelled it was the vile, like disgusting. And then when I was convincing myself that I kind of liked it, I was like, who are you? Like what the hell's going on here? How did you change? What changed? I think Antaeus was a turning point for me because then came Christmas. Like one Christmas, I was like, I want Antaeus. Like that's all I want. That's all I want for like I don't want anything else. I just want Antaeus. Did you make it smelling the city exclusives? Not yet. I've got lots of time and I'm not in any rush to smell the exclusives, to be honest. How about you guys? What are you guys excited to smell from City Exclusive? Is everyone getting this YouTube overlay on top of the video? I'm not sure what you're getting, bud. You never know with YouTube. I'm just hoping the reception is clear, the signal is clear and good, and the picture is good, and you guys can hear me. Because sometimes with the internet here, we get some technical issues. It's not always fun. Sometimes the streams just end on their own. There's times my battery dies, but that's my fault for not being prepared. Sometimes I'll be so excited, I'll be like, I want to fire up a stream, but I'll be in the middle of nowhere and I have very little battery, but I'll do it anyway. And I'm like, oh shit. That didn't last long. But I don't know what you mean by a YouTube overlay on top of the video. Robert says, don't laugh. The first time I smelled Gucci Intense Oud, I was like, oh my God. Was it a good thing, Robert? Eugene, can you please talk a little about Ombre Sultan and Grand Spar? What do you want to know? I can go get my bottles. What's the weird noise your phone is making? I don't know. I'm not doing a crack. It's plugged in. Let me like it was plugged into charging. That might have been it. I really want you to smell Louboutin Louis Charme. All right. I smelled a bunch of those at one point. It was a while ago. Not really enough to remember anything. Intense Oud is my second most complimented frag, says Robert Platinum. And Dan's pulling the plug and getting Gucci Intense Oud. I'm happy with the number of Ouds I have in my. I'm not the Oud dude. I never kind of was, but you know, I enjoy Oud from time to time. The other night I had on some YSL M7, just, just going out for meditation and enjoyed it, immensely. Like I enjoy M7, I love it, but I don't necessarily love all oud perfumes. There's some that I like, there's some that I really like, and then there's others that I'm just like, oh, run away. Cheap says I'm good. Wore a sample of new Amouage Timber. Fucking might have called it Tinder. It looks like Tinder from here. It's really boring. We'll wear a mull tomorrow in honor of this stream. All right, yeah, buddy. Give mull some love. But yeah, I've not heard of Timber. I mean, it sounds very cedary and woody and ashy. What's happening, AW? Good to see AW. Hope you're doing well. Let us know what you're wearing. Does Timber smell woody? Can you imagine it didn't? Not an overlay. I get a fuzzy picture. Audio's fine. Yo, should I restart the stream or what? Splinter says, I regret selling Promise and Monsieur. Those were great mulls. I wouldn't regret Promise. I would definitely regret Monsieur. I don't wear Promise enough, to be honest. I much prefer to wear Monsieur. Like when it comes to those two heavy Frederic Mull hitters. AW is in number 19 EDT for this muggy day. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a game. How much can you fit in with the battery you have? Makes it unpredictable. Yeah, roll the dice, right? That's kind of like what life is, isn't it? Take a chance, or else you just kind of end up in the same spot. Audio is fixed now. All right, perfect, great, awesome. So it was just the battery was charging. Ambre Sultan versus Grand Soir. Similarities and differences. Which one you reach for more and why? Grand Soir I reach for more. To me, it's the perfect amber. It's spicy and woody, and it's sweet. It's rubbery and gummy. Like, you know what Grand Soir smells like, right? Let me go. I should go get them. I think Ambre Sultan is more fierce. Like, it feels more fierce. And I feel like I kind of, like, my personality lines up more with Grand Soir. It feels softer and rounder and smoother. And that's not to say, like, Grand Soir isn't smooth and all that good stuff, right? I think my personality is more Grand Soir. Bobby says it was a cool sound effect, like the horror movie. You like the sound effects? I'm not a big sound effects guy, eh? I'm peace and quiet. Like, sound effects, no, knock that shit off. I'm not into strange noises. I like my peace and quiet. If I'm at a red light, like let's say I'm parked at a red light waiting for it to turn and my windows are down and somebody pulls up to me and their car is blaring, I gotta roll my windows up and make it a point. Your music sucks. I just like peace and quiet. I overspray Promise when I'm alone. It makes my room smell like green apple cider. I should grab Promise too. Do you know Felix from Stray Kids? Never heard of him. Or them. Dan says Amouage and Creed have lost the plot as far as new releases are concerned. Well, they've been around for a long time, so they're probably looking at trying to do new things, like, or maybe they're just putting out too many things. I don't know. Like, What do you want them to do? Like, put out, what do you mean lost the plot? Like, you just want them to put out the same things over and over and over again? I think kind of perfume is not that. Like, a lot of people love early amouage days and just kind of want them to put out the same thing over and over, and like memoir man, interlude man, epic man, you know, whatever they can, reflection man. But that's not what like, that is one perfume. And that's one story, and that story has ended, and the brand has to keep evolving and changing. You can't keep making the same perfumes. And when you do, people complain, oh, it's flankers, flankers, flankers. Like, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Plus, times are changing too, and so are materials. Everybody's using weird materials. It comes and goes. What's happening, ML? Sup, Eugene? I went to the beach. Awesome, my favorite place. So today was l'eau de say. I've never gotten so many compliments for something I don't like all that much. Oh, that's cool. Good stuff. Do you believe that you are a better man now because you chose to follow your passion? No, I think my passion came because I chose to be a better man. I think becoming a better man came first. You know? I think just by I think, things change, people change, things change. And when you're looking to better your life and just become the best version of you, you start doing things that you wouldn't necessarily have done before. So, you don't mind taking chances, you like creating. Like, it's not, there's other things I want to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just going to stop at a perfume brand. There's other things. I have other goals and dreams and things I want to do. So I think just figuring out who you are and where you come from and where you want to go is a big part of it. Would you agree? Bobby says, get that alien crackling noise back again. Charge a battery, ignore the pansies. Hey, you're the one that has to suffer with it. I don't hear any noise. But are you angry, Bobby? You sound angry. Are you a bit angry? Dan says, my biggest regret is not knowing Eugene early enough for him to not give me his oud bouquet. Bro, I sold it. I sold it to a girl that was so appreciative of it. She bought it. She went out to a club right after. She came to my apartment to pick it up. She went out to the club and she texted me like, she's like, yo, dude, I've gotten so many compliments on this thing. I was happy for her. I was like, that's fucking awesome. You go, girl. It was kind of like a cool text after, like, I never met the person before or didn't know them. I just kind of posted it, and she's like, "Yeah, I want your bouquet." And she came. She was local. She came to pick it up. Grand Soir has a lot of buzz now. Why now? What do you mean now? Like, Grand Soir has always been kind of hot. No, I think it was always one of his more popular. I think it's one of his better fragrances, to be honest. It's one of my favorite from MFK. Grand Soir has a lot of buzz now. I didn't realize that. What is it? TikTok buzz? MFK increased all of their prices, by the way. Yeah, Grand Soir is probably my favorite MFK. AW says Grand Soir is a masterpiece. Hate it or love it. I gotta say, I think it's pretty brilliant as well. I'm gonna go grab Grand Soir and Ombre Sultan. And some water. And what else do I need, fellas? All right. Grand Soirius and Ombre Sultanius. All right. This is smooth. This is like soapy. It's very soapy. Soapy amber. Oh, it's like burning wood, eh? It's very burny. So smoky. Oh yeah, camphorous. It's really nice. It's a bit piercing, but it's so woody. Creamy woody, caramel woody. The smoke is gorgeous. The smoke is creamy, it's warm. It's spicy. It's so spicy. Oh God, the smoke in the wood. It's thick. Like I smell coriander, like coriander kind of spice. Pepper. But right now it's all wood. It feels like all cedar. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Where'd the cap go? It's right on the bottom. Duh, it's on the bottle. Okay, so let's do Grand Soir. I don't want to stop smelling this quite yet. I'm really enjoying this. This is really good. What else should Eugene get before y'all make him get up over it again? Grand Soir is a top 5 dead or alive. It's very good. Very nuanced. I used to roll through the hood blasting Britney Spears. Oh, brother. You wouldn't like to hear me at 3 a.m. though. What are you doing at 3 a.m.? Like, what kind of noises are you making? You and Robert Platinum with Britney Spears rolling through the hood with his windows down. Pat Lester, hello. Sent that they adore him from Nay. Have you sampled it? I don't think I have, but it's good to see you, bud. What is the ultimate goal of your life now? Is it to create your brand, to amass a collection, or something else entirely? That's a good question, Lou. I ask myself all the time. I'm like, where am I going? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? I just want to follow the path. You know what I mean? I just want to follow the truth, like my truth. That's what makes sense to me. Well, I just want to follow like whatever that path is of what feels good and what feels true. And as long as it feels true, I'll keep chasing it, you know? Whether it's this or that, but as long as it feels good and I'm enjoying it, that's kind of my path. Like right now I'm enjoying growing les abs and being with my kids and, you know, continuing to discover myself every day, who I am as a person and as a spirit and as a soul, and just keep going, just following the truth. Amouage should make Epic Man Part 2. Amouage Strikes Back. You funny guy, huh? I gotta put something here. My phone keeps sliding. There we go. I want them to innovate as opposed to make mass appealing crap. Bobby Dior has the best shirts in the game. The Hawaiian shirts, he's like Tom Selleck 5.0, eh? Yeah, we like those kind of Honolulu shirts with what does he got? Pineapples on them? Eugene should get the most offensive room-filling frag known to man. Something earthy, dirty, like creeping through a cemetery on Halloween night. What would that be called? Dan Udzarian is a step in the right direction because it's definitely not mass appealing. Baboosh, what's happening? And gang members. Where are the gang members? Where are the gang bangers? Is the Whack Pack here? Show yourselves, Whack Pack. This message is held for review. Wally, they're holding your message, Wally. Evening Eugene, still covered in everyone's jizz from yesterday's stream. I'm not sure what that means, Wally, but welcome. It's good to see. Would you take up painting? I certainly would take up painting. Would love to read a book you've written. Would you? What would be your favorite chapter on the book that I write? What chapter would you look for? That's really interesting. Dan says I have the old oud bouquet before they reformulated. I'd buy yours too. Mine was the old oud bouquet before they reformulated and repackaged it. It was a smaller size. I think it was the 75 mils, and then before they made it to 100 mil. Oud bouquet is one of my most complimented works on me. I still have the other oud from that collection. I sold oud bouquet, and there's another one, Lancôme oud. There was two. I still have the other one. It's a rose oud. What is everyone wearing? Wally, I am in Monsieur, Frederic Malle Monsieur. And if you can tell us what you are wearing, that would be great. But the gang here, the Whack Pack, have gotten me to get them to compare Ambre Sultan, Serge Luton's Ambre Sultan, and MFK Grand Soir, which is what we're kind of doing before we got carried away here. Look at your stylish pants. These are just track pants. They're not really meant to be stylish. Is there a fragrance you've avoided because you're not ready to face the memory it holds? No, not really. I would say I've kind of faced everything. I've faced all my fears. So, yeah, I don't get, I think I faced. You never know. Sometimes you'll see or you'll hear something or you'll be reminded of something that might trigger you. But I think I got most of those triggers out of the way. That's what years of therapy does. Therapy and self-reflection and meditation. Things come up and it'd be kind of foolish to let them go without going into them, So, yeah, I try and have good memories of my past. Robert says I'm going to pick up a 6.8 ounce Monday and see if it's really what the 6.8 of what, Robert? Of the moon? Like we're kind of all over the place here. Lasts for 18 hours. What, promise? Floral says, I layered Comet and Dior Amour. Don't tell Eugene. You awful human being. You shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I would never admit that either. Layering is a crime. It is a nasty sin. And it should be punishable by... How should we punish her? Guys, what is the method of punishment? What should we do here? We should make her walk the plank in a polka-dotted bikini. I think that should be a fair punishment. The Diorama, he's not a fan. I like Dior Amour a lot. Oh, Grand Soir. Robert says Grand Soir. Yeah. Doc Locke, what's happening? All the way from Japan. Good to see you. Good to see Doc Locke. Creamy smoke. It is creamy smoke. No, for real. Like, yeah, I know everybody just says smoky, but there's always nuance to things. Like, you can always go deeper in your interpretation of something. Yeah, it's smoky. Okay, smoky and what? It's not just smoke. Okay, maybe it's dry smoke. Maybe it's creamy smoke. Maybe it's wet smoke. Maybe it's smoky smoke. Maybe it's black smoke. Maybe it's tarry smoke. Maybe it's ambery smoke. Like, perfume should be nuanced. Creamy smoke, yeah, it's creamy smoke. Let's put on some Grand Soir. So Grand Soir, I think Grand Soir is sweeter. It's definitely sweeter. Grand Soir feels more barbershop-y to me. It's the lavender, yo. Lavender. It has fougere feelings. It's very ferny. And it's more, Grand Soir is very warm, round. It's more of an aura. It feels more of an aura than a scent. Like, this is a scent, a perfume. This feels more of a, like, you can almost just feel the amber radiating. The warmth of it is like coming up. It's a bit boozy. It's very spicy, green spice. It's like this is an orange, yellow, amber, brown amber. Vanilla benzoin tonka bean. I would say even tobacco in here. Is life more beautiful when you choose to live for yourself, and what is the cost? I don't know if it's more beautiful. Um, to live, yeah, is it? Well, I mean, man, this is really deep, you know? Like, how deep do you guys want to go into this? When you live for yourself, it's like you're not just living for yourself, because when you're by yourself, you find yourself in different situations, different paths. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm by myself, I don't feel alone. I don't feel lonely. Um, I feel full. Like, I feel full. I just feel connected. You know what I mean? Like, this is a conversation we got to start smoking some weed with. You know what I mean? You'll get a way better answer. Trust me. It's like right now, I just feel like talking about perfume. Ambre Sultan, much more herbal and dry. Grant Soir is smoother, sweeter, and more synthetic smelling to me. Yeah, Ambre Sultan is more herbal and dry. I would agree. Wally says I went to get a backup of Grand Soir last week on the one before, and yes, was disappointed by MFK price hike. 6.7 ounce, 6.8 ounce went from 475 to 515. The only MFK I really love. Love a good amber, comforting. Yeah. Grant Soir is very overrated, says Lou. Wow. Really? I, man, I haven't heard anyone talk about Grant Soir in ages, to be honest. I've not seen any sort of hype on it. So I can't really agree with that, Lou. I don't like anything MFK the perfumer is doing anymore. Anywhere right now, Dior, whatever. Did you like any MFKs? Great hair. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Doc says, Kerlan Neroli Vetiver Harvest. Breakfast was yogurt with peaches and pears with honey. Now honey on the skin with this beautiful harvest edition. Happy Saturday from the future. Hello, future. We'll be joining you soon in your past. You'll be in your past, but hopefully we can meet up sometime. Has anyone watching or you what? Has anyone watched? Has anyone watching or you, Eugene, ever, as we all perfume lovers, sometimes get burnt out? The other night I couldn't figure out what to wear. I feel we are over bombarded with so much. Yeah, that happens to me. I have no idea what I want to wear. And it's like whatever I choose ends up being ass, you know what I mean? It's like it wasn't the right scent, it wasn't the right day. So it happens, but you try and recover and bounce back the next day and make it all better. Find something that you love. Which Les exclusive would you recommend for man's signature scent? Fragrance enthusiast. Bois des Îles, 31 Rue. Anyone you pick, they're meant for you. They're so good, man. Sycamore, does it have to, you mean for a man? Like a man can wear any of them. 31 Rue, Bois des Îles, Sycamore. Bobby says, I love Grant Soir from the beginning, but I didn't think it's smooth at all. I think it feels kind of granular, like a coarse brown sugar. I love it, slight smoke. Right now it's very rummy. Monsieur has rum in it as well, but no rum in Ambre Sultan. The chapter I would look forward to: when you found love in everything. It's when I found God, baby. When I found God, I found love, like the highest form of love. The truth. When I found God, I found the truth. The truth. That's when I found real love. Like unconditional love. It just fills your heart. You're just sitting there and it's just flowing, overflowing. That was love for God. Yesterday, the conversation started out, you in the truck with Celine, segued into people chiming in on how do they do or don't rub one out. Oh, yeah, we talked to, I remember, I forgot, but now I remember. Yeah, yeah, just leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's okay to get excited, but drop that thing. Have you considered selling your line at airport duty free? I have not considered selling Les Abs at duty free. Dude, I mean, no, I've never considered. Walk the plank. I enjoy Intoxicated by Killian. I don't even know Intoxicated. Like, if somebody put Intoxicated in front of me, I wouldn't know, like, that's Intoxicated. This would be a punishment. I dislike polka dots strongly, more than getting wet. That, oh, you guys, so polka dots it is. They do a lot of boozy scents besides Rihanna's favorite, Don't Be Shy. Wally, I still got to try Perfume Head. Wally's always recommending a Perfume Head. Do I find Grand Soir similar to Musk Ravageur? Maybe a little in the dry down, in the base, in the ambery base. To be honest, I think I find Absolute Pour Le Soir dry down closer to Musk Ravageur in the base. Kind of, but I prefer Musk Ravageur. Black Tie does the Fougere thing against a rich vanilla. Yeah, Black Tie is a little bit Fougere. I find it like galbanum-ish. The opening is galbanum-ish and marshmallow-ish and very camphorous, and the opening is incredible. It's one of my favorite openings, one of my favorite vanilla openings. It's boozy and rich and soft and subtle at the same time, sensual, you know? It's massive but discreet. It's such a weird thing. I want to get my bottle. It's just around the corner. This is not layering, eh? No. I mean, we're in a perfume live stream. This is not layering. I can put on as many fragrances as I want. This is not layering. Right, Bobby? Tell them. Neroli and bergamot, grapefruit. The citrus in here is incredible, but it's so soft. So soft and smooth. I kind of like, it is soft and smooth and I love it, but I kind of always want more from it, and I'm always expecting more from it, but I never get. Like, I'm always expecting like a Jack in the Box that's just gonna jump out, but it never shows up. You know, it's just always the same thing. Um, Sometimes I get disappointed in it, and I was just like, why are you expecting anything more? You know, it's not going to change unless it goes to therapy. But black tie is incredible. This is boozy and rich. This is as good as any Guerlain vanilla. Oh, so nutty and ambery. This is very ambery. And I think there's tobacco in here as well. But so soft. Is Grand Soir redundant if you own Musk Ravager? I would say not redundant. Doc says, speaking of Grand Soir, a lot of people make the comparison with Ombre Nuit Esprit. I haven't smelled Grand Soir, but couldn't get on with any Dior at all. So overly amber woody. It seems like everything is these days. Are we going to see headband Le Lion Eugene this winter? We could. I've still got my headbands. Yeah, maybe I'll pull them out tonight. You might even see them tonight, AW. We'll see. How bad do you want to manifest this? I love fragrances and I buy a lot, not for anyone else, just for me. I love the way fragrances elevates or makes me feel. Usually wear mine at night, so usually no fresh. Lots of sexy or dark. How many fragrances you have, Wally? How long you been collecting for? What's your favorite sexy dark perfume? I heard MFK is Samuel L. Jackson's favorite brand. He thinks it's short for his favorite word. Bitch, say what? One more fucking time. Say what? One more fucking time. I liked him in Pulp. Him and Johnny Travolta. Rizzard, what is happening, brother? Good to see you, Rizzard. Enjoy the weekend, buddy. You too, man. All the best. From Toronto to Poland. Are you the guy from Office Space? Yes, I am. Beauty of Senses, I get too much amberwood from the new Bleu de Chanel. I hated it. I didn't like it either. I thought I did when I first sprayed. I was like, oh, wow. Wow. I was like, no. No. It smelled like a hot mess, to be honest. Somebody mentioned it smells like Le Lion mixed with Bleu. I definitely see that comparison. I was like, it's not a good mix because Bleu is amber woody and Le Lion is like a high quality amber, so it smells like a good expensive perfume mixed with a cheap one. Doc says, by the way, I watched your video shopping and wandering around Toronto the other day. Looks like an awesome city. Should come visit sometime. Maybe I'll see a nipple pop out too. Toronto is a beautiful city. Amazing, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. You should come if you ever have the chance. And yeah, I was just randomly standing there and I got to see a nipple too on a beautiful, yeah. I'm not going to say young, okay? She was of age. She was definitely of age. But she was a beautiful woman. I was like, oh, damn, what is going on here? And she was picked up by Spider-Man. I can't believe I was calling him Superman. I was so baked, bro. I was calling Spider-Man Superman. Oh, fuck. I don't know where my head was. I was like, look at Superman. Or was it Superman that I was calling him I don't know. It doesn't matter, but... Parade is a very happy, optimistic fragrance to me. Yeah, it is. It has that kind of just sense of charm and carefree, and it's whimsical, and you know what I mean? It's happy. Yeah, definitely. That's how a lot of the Celine feel to me. Like, yeah, like good things are coming. I feel like Zuzu fits in the category of in massive and discreet too. Yes, and Dom Putty as well. Dom Putty not necessarily massive, but discreet. I thought you were talking about Jeremy Fragrance's black tie. Hell no, no, no. This black tie. Black tie. What perfume are you reviewing right now? Well, I'm not reviewing anything. We're having a conversation on fragrances in general. If it's not layering on stream, try the Comet and Dior more and release me from my punishment. No, because you're not in the stream and you're wearing them on in your own free right. You still need to walk the plank. Wally, for me, it's a Prada black. Just spray it on pillows before sleeping. What do you all know about Demeter fragrances? Whatever you tell us, we will know. Let us know what you know. Wally says I'm 47. Let's just say I had to move out of one of my bedrooms to the east wing. I have a lot of fragrances. It's definitely a lot to the east wing. Do you live in the White House, Wally? Hello from Texas. Hey, Texas, what's happening on Friday night? Good to see you. It's 1:02 a.m. here, just outside of Toronto time. Let me know what time it is where you guys are. I would love to know. Let us know what fragrance you're wearing. Let us know how life is treating you. Or let us know whatever else you want to know. Spider-Man and Superman do have the same color scheme. You were close. Yeah, I was close. I was close enough. Nina K is here. Hello, Nina K. Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Let us know what you're wearing. Dad mixes up Cheesecake Factory with Chuck E. Cheese. His co-workers wanted to go somewhere to eat, and they didn't know what to do, and Dad invited them to Chuck E. Cheese. They were so confused. I can see how that's confusing for a dad. It might have been something I would have done early on. It's midnight for me. Are you in Nashville still? They don't make it anymore, but Versace Dreamer was the best for. I have Versace Dreamer. Have you recently had issues sending perfume to the US with tariffs? Forbid I did, yeah, but everything's clear now. Things are getting over, yeah. I'm watching the tracking. Everything's arriving fine. There was issue like the first kind of day. First week, really. 6 a.m. here in Glasgow. Spark went up, Eugene. Let's get philosophical. We will, very soon, in time. Still early. We got a long way to go, bud. But you guys enjoy. Ross is just going to work. 6 a.m. in Glasgow. Good stuff. Still in Nashville. Back home tomorrow. Nina K says 10 p.m. in California. Scent of the night, black tie. Nina, we were just talking about black tie before you came in. And it's been my scent of the night pretty much all week. Except for today. Today I wore Uncut Gem. This was my scent of the day. And then this evening, after we kind of cleaned up, had a shower, a workout, all that stuff, for the stream, I am in Monsieur. But yeah, I've been in black tie all week. Loving black tie. Yeah, I keep hearing that people are having problems finding black tie, or Celine's not stocking it, so there's kind of an issue with that, but I don't know how outrageous it's getting. Who else has been looking for black tie but not not able to find them. Eugene, you're up late. This is middle of the day for me, Stacy. Good seeing Stacy. Hope you're doing well. Let us know what you're wearing. Yeah, this is middle of the day for me. Scent of the day, Grand Soir. Yeah, Grand Soir is getting a lot of love. Should we put the Grand Soir versus Ambre Sultan poll? I am in Hellenist Bras de Morphie. This is Wally. Black tie is so addictive. How do you feel about the performance? It is addictive, especially the opening is the best part. So sensual, yeah, and seductive. It takes a hold on me. I love driving in my car and just kind of respraying it over and over again every couple of minutes, and I'll roll the windows down and just letting it fill the car. It's, oh my God. It's really good. By the way, is it possible to sample Philosopher's Walk yet? Very excited to witness the next masterpiece. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of creative people that have been able to sample it somehow. Yeah, you can. It'll be available soon. Doc, coming soon, very, very soon. Ross is also having a wee wake and bake to get me through today. Get me through the day. Wally, that's a great one, and you love. I've not tried the one that Wally's talking about, but Wally, I imagine Wally's got a huge collection of things that a lot of us have never heard of. I'm not sure what his collection looks like, or aesthetically, or physically, or I have no idea what his collection looks like. If it's assorted in brands, or if he's a brand collector, if he's all over the place. You're in my walls. Come out wherever you are. Nina says Ambre Sultan for me. Have you tried Replica by the Fireplace? I've received so many I remember trying it many years ago, yeah, but not since. You need to try Nightclubbing Candle by Celine. Nightclubbing Candle. Damn, I like nightclubbing a lot. Wally says it's a powdery violet orris with a base of vanilla and hazelnut. I can't explain. It's not loud perfume, but a beautiful. I love those notes. Yeah, violet, orris, rose. Hellenist Bras de Morphie. The cedar wood mixed with the vanilla and black tie is so smooth. It is so smooth. Honest, I get marshmallows, man. It's so like, I want to say gummy, you know, rubbery, gummy. It's like a boozy vanilla, like a double extract vanilla. I just came home from a first date. I wore Sensual Orchid by Laurent Mazon. Nice. How did that go? Is there going to be a second date? And how was the date? Where did you guys go for the date? Did you pay? Did he pay? Did he ask to pay? Tell us. We want to know. How was the first date? You'll be getting an email soon from Wally about his collection. Wally sends the best emails. Wally, I love your emails, bud. I drench myself in black tie and carry a travel spray to reapply. It is gentle but tenacious on me, not much projection. I would agree with that. And I'd also say like I think most Celines are like that, especially the vanillas. Zuzu is very much like that. Dom Putty is much like, I think I actually get better performance from Zuzu, like longevity than black tie. Black tie lasts, but it disappears, but always comes back. Like it's musky, right? So it comes back to life. Sometimes I gotta work hard for it, warm up the skin. But as soon as the skin is warm, it starts popping and jumping. You know it's there. What's happening, Johnny Blaze? Long time. Good to see you, bud. The Frenchie get along so good. They shouldn't have discontinued. Yeah, unfortunately. I guess it wasn't selling. I would hope you love my emails. I do, Wally. I do. Gentle but tenacious. I love it. Great description. Yeah, I would agree with that. Very sensual. Like Cartier's ouds. Very sensual. I'm not sure I can get everything in a pic. Would have to be a video. How about Wally starting your own YouTube channel? Just record it and upload it. I'm sure people would love to see it. We'd love to see it. I like wearing black tie to work more than laying around at home. Like if I lay around at home, I don't really, like it'll disappear way too much. But when I'm at work, like I'm moving around, I'm doing stuff, I'm walking, I'm lifting. It's just always, it's always around. It never really disappears. Top 5 sensual perfumes. That would be a great video. Eugene, I think you'd really like the Helleniste Le Bras de Morphy. I've never heard of this. Like, I might have heard of Helleniste, but doesn't ring too much of a bell. Yes, sensual top 5. Those Cartiers come to mind right away. Especially Santal, Oud and Santal. Sensual. Yeah. Celine's are sensual. He would definitely like Hellenist. I would if it's got rose and iris and violet. I love violets. Violets are nice. They're moody. It's from Greece, I think. I have great video ideas. No one ever takes them up. Lily, this is what I would do. Instead of recommending them, just do them yourself. You know what I mean? Because you obviously want to see them. So if you want to see them, somebody else would want to see them. So why not, like, just try making one yourself? Wearing Diaghilev today. Nice. No, but top 5 sensual perfume sounds good. I'm trying to think now. I'd have to go through my collection. I would definitely have to go through my collection. What would that look like, top 5 sensual? Sensuality. I think Queer Beluga would be in there. Sensual. Maybe even Allure Bleu. Mitsuko, no. I wouldn't say Mitsuko is sensual. How about Allure? Allure sensual is sensual. Allure. That definitely wears sensually. Well, he says Printemps, New York, a few boutiques in the United States. I can't remember. ZGO, Lucky Scent. I shop a lot. What are you answering to? So do we know who is the perfumer behind Black Tie? I don't know. I don't know specifically. Diaghilev is very sensual to me. I never thought of Diaghilev or Mitsuko as sensual. I think they just kind of have way too much tension to them to be sensual. Like they're ready to explode, you know? That's not, to me, that's not really what sensual is. I can't remember Diaghilev being. You might be right. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking out of my memory here. I don't remember it being sensual. Sensual Pamplaloon allegoria line for me. Okay, possible. Yeah. Sensual. I think Parade is kind of sensual as well. But sensual is kind of Celine's aesthetic. Zuzu is sensual. Dom Putty is sensual. Bro, I'm addicted to buying fragrances. What should I do? Go spend a week in the woods, man. Leave your cell phone at home. Go find yourself. Stop masturbating. I don't know. Go meditate. Well, what else are you addicted to? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But at the same time, if you love it, keep buying them. That's what I did. It's just what you're going through. Like your body, you need fragrances to kind of soothe whatever you're going through right now. You're clearly going through something. You're clearly masking something. So figure out what you're masking. What's your void? What are you filling your void with? Well, you're filling your void with perfume, but what's creating your void? Where's the void coming from? What's got you so stressed and anxious and you feel like you need to burst that anxiety with purchasing a new fragrance? And you know what it is. You know what it is. It's like you obviously know what it is. You're running from it. Right? You just like you don't have to tell us, just tell yourself. 432 brand from Chile is very sensual. Slow, soft, subtle is sensuality. Yusha said hi. Hello, Yusha. Going to Singapore next week, thinking Eden Rock for daytime and Oud Sat and Mood? Oud Marin? Oud for night. A classy combo for a classy trip. Eden Rock. Eden Rock is good if you're going to the water, to the beach or something. I think it's great. It's peach. Who's looking for peaches? Eden Rock's got peach in it. It's good for if you're going to the beach. Oud Marin. What the heck's Oud Marin? Should I know what this is? Oud Marin for night. Arian says, oh, rate my birthday haul. Chypre Extraordinaire, Amber Oud, and Zuzu. Oh, I mean, it sounds great. I imagine Chypre Extraordinaire is brilliant. I don't think I know it though. Amber Oud, Roja Amber Oud, and Zuzu. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good haul. How about Bellum being sensual? Yeah, I imagine Bellum, sure. Bellum would fit in there. Yeah. What about Coromandel? Is Coromandel sensual? Why so serious? What are we serious about? I mean, I can't be smiling all the time, JJ. You know, my face is just gonna hurt. My face doesn't form like that naturally, but Queer Beluga is definitely sensual. Also, Shalimar. Yeah, I would say Queer Beluga's sensual. Queer Beluga's SDV. They come at you in layers, lots of layers. Do you like Santal Paurosa from Guerlain? I do. I do like it. Not crazy about the rose oody thing at the top, but yeah, it comes out really good after. Like I like the woody accord. The feeling of opening a fresh box of perfume hits different. You like the cellophane, eh? I like the sound of cellophane crackling too. Maxim Oud Marin says Doc Lock. All right. Wally says, yes, I too am a perfume addict. He's not alone. Just a love of fine fragrances and what it does to me. Not everything. I just don't buy everything. Only distinct or well done. Yo, there's no crime in buying fragrances. Unless you're stealing to get the money. You know what I mean? So you're not hurting anybody. You'll figure your stuff out like when the time comes. You know, there will come a time where you're like, okay, I got to figure this out. Obviously, now is not the time. I had my time, but you know, for 10 years before that, I had a good time. And I was like, damn, what the hell's really going on in my life? Like, what am I covering for? Where's my void? I was running from my void. I felt my void every day. I was like, I was, I would say I was like unconsciously aware of my void. I knew there was a void, but I never went into it. I just kept filling it like this. I would throw one of these. I would try and throw one of these into the void, but I was never really able to. So it was just kind of the energy of buying one of these, filling it, filling the soul for a brief period. Les abs are sensual. Yeah, I guess LDE is a bit sensual too. LDE, Bellum, maybe not Descendre. I think Descendre is more explosive. Chypre Extraordinaire is like Diaghilev, but opposite. The florals are turned sour and pissy in a way, and the animalics are turned down a bit. Chypre Extraordinaire is like Diaghilev. I gotta smell. I think I have a sample of Chypre Extraordinaire. Tomboard Rose Prick gets me in the mood. In the mood for what, JJ? In the mood for what? Trouble? How can I tell of this cute guy at the gym is gay? I don't know. Ask him. I don't know. I can't bring myself to crack open every bottle. A lot are unopened. I don't need to spray it immediately. I will never get through them. I don't want them to turn. So you haven't opened all of. I was like that too. I would have bottles for 6 months sitting there lying before I would crack them. You know what I mean? Like I would just be content buying them, coming home, owning them, and then they would just sit in my cold cellar until like one day I would need another dopamine hit. Like buying them would be the first hit. And then you'd be like, oh, I'll save these until I'm feeling like not so great. Maxim perfume's well worth discovering, says Doc. I've been seeing a lot of content creators talking about Maxim. I don't know what that is, to be honest, Maxim. Smell it, let me know what you think. Pop your toes. Yo, I still have blisters on my feet from the time I went to etiquette. I'm at 15 bottles right now. I just need 2 more freshies, then I'm done because I lack freshies. I always used to say my thing was like 1 more. I get 1 more and my life is complete. I'll be happy forever and ever and ever, and I'll never need another perfume. My trick to myself was 1 more. I need 1 more. I need 1 more. That was like a way to convince myself and be like, just this one more, baby, and then I'll be a good boy. Oh, Maxim's son of Bortnikov. I've heard this before. Right. Probably gonna get Boy from Chanel and Music for a while. Great choices, man. I love both of those. 420, cheers, bro. Cheers to you, bud. Enjoy. How'd you get out of it? How'd I get out of what, Raphael? I wonder about this perfume addiction. If it stems from one of our parents having an addiction and it manifesting in ourselves in another form. You could have learned it from a parent. Yeah, definitely. That could be part of it. Most of it's just distraction from life. And avoiding, just avoiding, avoid doing the things you gotta do, man. You know what I mean? Like, we all have things we gotta do, we could be doing. Like, right now, I could be doing a million things to make my life better, right? But filling voids. Everybody's got a void. It's just human nature. You got void, and it's created through like a lot of it's created through indoctrination by beliefs, religious beliefs, educational beliefs, expectations. You know, it's just the phases of life. You go through life, and life hits you, and then you try and find identity in perfume, I guess. Arian says, I mean, the thing is right now getting like all the top tier stuff off my list, and I usually don't like to buy the same scent like DNA wise. Yeah, I remember making all these lists and having lists that I stuck to. Like, I was like, I got to get these and I can't purchase anything else until I get all of these. Yeah, definitely. I remember that. And that list was always filled with Chanel and Guerlain. Always, always. It was like Chanel, Guerlain, Frederic Malle were my priorities. Nothing else. That's all I wanted. Floral Note says, I tell myself that before bed just one more time. Just one more time what, Floral Notes? One more perfume? Exactly. For instance, so Wally says, exactly. For instance, my daily packages come quite often. And for instance, before I shower and drink my poison, I will open a box from an associate from Scottsdale. Arian says, my mom got me into perfumes. It's a rabbit hole, dude. It's just a rabbit hole. It's like, I've heard drug addicts say they left drugs. Perfume saved them from drugs, like they got addicted to perfumes, and like they just love perfume so much that they just turned from drugs. They took all the money they spent on drugs and just switched it over to perfumes. So what they've basically done is change one addiction for another, you know? They didn't really cure the disease or whatever was affecting them. They just switched the way they deal with it. Aaron says, mine is Roja, Frederic Malle, Chanel, and more Roja. You're on the Roja train, eh? Careful with those Rojas, eh? Careful with those Rojas. They're good perfumes, but they're very costly. And you gotta remember, like, you know what? If Roja's your thing, love Roja, man. I ain't gonna knock your Roja, bud. If you love Roja, I love that for you. Best looking bottle in your opinion? I like simple, clean lines like this. Like, I love stuff like this. Simplicity and elegance, you know? But I also think that, I like this as well. I like Amouage's bottle. I like the cap. I think it's very cool. Very customary to their tradition. Best bottle. It would probably be a Guerlain, actually. Like a lot of those Guerlain. Vol de Nuit Parfum, the propeller bottle. Best bottle. There you go. Vol de Nuit. I love that bottle. I love the Jiki Quadrilobe, the Nahima Quadrilobe, all those Quadrilobes. The Parfums coming. Those are really nice. Like the 30 mils. Those are really beautiful bottles, the ones that are still sealed. Wally says, I have memories of my mom's or my maternal grandma's, her Chanel, Lancôme, Elizabeth Taylor from the 80s. Raphael says, I just bought a used bottle of Dior's private collection, and that's my newest fast buy. I need to stop. You want to stop? You can stop. I mean, what's stopping you from stopping, Raphael? Why can't you stop? What's going on? What is it relieving? When you buy a bottle, what is the tension that you're relieving? Where does it coming from? Where's that tension coming from? My other grandma, Dad's mom, did not wear perfume, but she did wear Pheromone by Miglin. Johnny Blaze says, sometimes I sort of feel like Edward Norton's character in Fight Club with this perfume thing. Life's weird. Life's a motherfucker, eh, Johnny? Like, you can look at life so many ways and think so many ways and unthink and don't think and be conscious or don't be conscious. But yeah, it's amazing the way you can see things. I often feel like I can relate to certain characters in movies. Considering he completely invented Brad Pitt up in his mind in that movie. It's wild, eh? He's just talking to himself the whole time. Have you seen Interlude 53? Bottle's so beautiful. Is it, how much different is it from this? I think it's just kind of got this, is it like another medallion hanging or another emblem? You like MFK's cubes? Yeah, they're nice. MFK cubes are nice. They're simple, right? They're very simple. Like, bottles have really changed in the last 20 to 30 years. Not like 20 years where everything's kind of gone mainstream. Before, every new release would have its own bottle. It's still like that in the designer world, but in niche and designer exclusives, everything is very uniformed. Stacy says, we missed you, Stacy. Where'd you go? That was 97 minutes ago. We haven't seen you since. Stacy says, I tried to send a message. I think the details of my date were censored. To summarize, there won't be a second. I'm kind of sad. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm also glad to hear that as well. That's kind of a good thing. You know what I mean? You got one thing out of the way, so. Hopefully you'll get another date soon. Hopefully you'll get another date. Doc says, I've landed on Chanel, Dior, Malle, Guerlain, and Maxim until I take off again. How soon before you take off? Dopamine overload. Yeah, perfume was a great, buying perfume is a great dopamine hit. Hard to say now, but you're going to give me something to think about for sure. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. There's no perfume in my family history. I don't know how I got here. My mom loved perfume. She used to buy me, like, she was the first one to buy me perfumes when I was young. Wally says Balenciaga's new collection bottles are very pretty. Celine, I love simple and heavy too. Frederic Malt perfume it. Yeah, I like aesthetically pleasing. But sometimes, I mean, I do think myself, how do I justify spending 1,300 Canadian on a fragrance, for example, but then I just go on with life? I know it's like funny how you'll decide what in your life is worth spending money on and what isn't, and how you'll easily spend $1,300 on a fragrance, but you won't spend $300 or $500 to buy a new washer or dryer or get your car fixed. You know what I mean? For necessities, let's say, or even going out to eat, you're like, oh, I'll save that $80 and put it towards a frag. That was my mindset before. I was like, yeah, I won't go to dinner. Fuck that. Dinner's $80. I'll eat a sandwich and I'll save this and I'll put it towards a fragrance. But now I like, I don't mind going out to a nice restaurant. Raphael says, I remember this really interesting Reddit thread of people who had started GLP-1s, which is a diabetic weight loss meds, that said their fragrance chasing started them. Was shocked to see the numbers. So fragrance chasing got them to lose weight? Faison says, to me, the best smell is that crisp air on a beautiful fall day or in the morning, like a chilly breeze. There's something so vitalizing about the coolness of every breath. Yeah, man, you're breathing in consciousness, man. It's the greatest thing in the world, bud. That's frequency. That's energy. I've said it before, I cannot speak about Amouage. I find they might be a great company, but I can't with the names, but know they spend a lot on the juice. Hate the bottles, beautiful boutiques. You hate the bottles, really? I thought they were like one of the, like when I got into perfume, I looked at Amouage and I thought these were one of the nicer packaging that's really true to their brand, true to their history. Very Middle Eastern. Right. A bit bulky, big and bulky, definitely. But nice, masculine. I find them really masculine too. The ladies are more rounded and femme. Wally says, the names make me feel like I'm in therapy. Reflection, interlude, the jubilation. It makes me feel like the owner is a psychiatrist. That's not a bad thing, man. I find therapy super exciting. Almost like perfume, man. Like perfume is self-discovery, so is therapy. I think the perfume and therapy kind of go hand in hand together. Like if you love, I don't know, I just think if you love perfume and how poetic it is and how beautiful it is, and like you can find all that poetry within yourself too when you allow it to come out. Arian says, yes, I save money for frags, but to be honest, I've been putting money to other things more than frags. But the past, I would save as much as possible for frags. Floral Note says, I think they lost weight due to the meds suppressing their appetite, but their appetite grew for other things. What batch is your interlude? Shit, I can't see this, bro. I don't even know which way to turn it to read it. Like, it's so damn small. It's magnetic cap batch, so I think it's first generation magnetic cap. Smell and taste are closely linked. That's probably why. I've seen the videos of them producing them in their factory, putting the emblem by hand. What is your most expensive bottle? Probably the Night and Dawn. I've been into fragrance since I was a preteen. I think most of us here have been. Imaginary authors have a really good funny names. I like to think they think of a poetic name first and make a fragrance around it. Yeah, they have some cool ideas. Do you find yourself enjoying smelling perfume on your sheets, blankets from a couple of days ago? I like spraying perfume on my sheet. Like if I got fresh sheets, Like sometimes I'll spray number 5 Low or Premier or number 5 body lotion on the sheets. Yeah, I like that. Or I'll spray something very neroli and bergamontish. What's happening? Turned on, dropout. What are you hiding from? Come on out, man. Good to see you. Ollie says, and into skincare, beauty, fashion, I know a lot. I have a lot. You have a beautiful collection, Eugene. Thank you, Ollie. That's very kind of you. Raphael says, I agree. Every storm is serenade. As the name goes, so hard, though. Yeah. It's crazy to spend like $1,200 to $1,300 in the fragrance when you're 18, because some people say I spend too much, but I don't care that much. I have more than enough. So yeah. Damn, bro. You're 18, spending 13. That's a lot at that age. I would, if my son was spending $1,300 at 18, I would definitely be saying something to him. Yeah, I would. I'd be saying something to him at 18 years old. I know it's your money. It's totally your money, and you're free to do whatever it is. But that's a lot, dude. I'd be asking him like if everything's okay. Like I'd definitely be checking in on him. You know what I mean? Bro, it's your money. Do what you want, but I gotta check in on you. Like what's going on? It's fully understandable, but I'm also stacked. All right, man. That's cool. We're just concerned. But I'm glad that you're good. You know what I mean? Glad that you are good. If you became in charge of Chanel brand overnight, what are the first 2 things you're doing? I would launch a new fragrance. I would kind of put blue. I would end the blue. I wouldn't discontinue it. I would end it and launch something new. As far as fragrances go. What else would I do? I would bring back Ego East and put it into full production. That's what I would do. Not many frags worth that much to begin with. Dropout says just woke up. Raphael says, I'm 30 with a big boy job and can't buy $100 fragrance without overtime pay. That's the way life. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Jana says, hi, Eugene. Hi, Jana. Good to see you, Jana. It's a wonderful start to Saturday with your stream. Always a guarantee of a great mood. Thank you for positivity and love for life. Good seeing you, Jana. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Let us know what you're wearing. Having money doesn't mean you are good or happy. When are we going to Whiskey A Go-Go? Which one? Which Whiskey A Go-Go? I know there's one in Toronto. I would bring back Bois Noir and Les Exclusives, a high-quality Ego East. All right, like a version of Ego East, definitely. Sure, Bois Noir or Ego East Cologne Concentré or Ego East. I don't think you'd be able to bring back Bois Noir just because of regulations. Probably the same reason they reformulated the OG Ego East. Wait, what do you like? Anything from Trudon? I don't really know much from Trudon. Don't really know much from Trudon. How's everyone doing at 1:45 in the morning? Friday evening, Saturday morning. How's life treating everyone? You think a rose flanker of egoist would work? Sorry if that sounds sacrilegious. I think egoist has quite a bit of rose in it as it is. Like it's very rosy, rosewoody, rosewood. Wally, is there a whiskey a go-go and an SA? I love Trudon candles. They're very nice. I hear Trudon candles are amongst some of the best, but not the fragrances. Johnny Blaze says, Antaeus Sport Cologne, that's coming back for me. I have a bottle and that's good. I've never tried Antaeus Sport Cologne. Actually, like Ramsey sent me a couple of mil a few years ago. But I don't remember what it smells like. Don't remember the smell. What's happening, Frank? Good to see Frank. How you doing? Let us know what you're wearing, Frankie. Polo Earth is an underrated banger. What is it, Polo Earth? Trudon Versailles candles, classy. I have Trudon candles. Everyone loving Trudon, getting a lot of love here. Frank is an Edition Blanche. Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Johnny Blaze says he's the one that recommended it. It's a fresher version. We're in the summertime. Ramsey recommended Antaeus Sport Cologne. Never heard of Polo Earth. Me neither. Never heard of Polo Earth. What could that be? Is that something new? I got my son Prada Paradigm for his birthday. He turned 14. I was like, why should I get this guy? I ain't getting a Mambre Sultan. Like, let's be real. He's 14. Let's be real. Oh, I love the spice in this. It's kind of candy-ish, eh? You guys get candy in Fahrenheit? Almond butter, clove, leather. Boys, girls, gents, ladies and gents, I'll be back in a moment. Give me a secundo. Paradigm over Blood exclusive? Eh, not really. At least 15 creative directors switched out at many houses. What the hell's going on? How are you, Eugene? All good? Doing great here, Dropout. Hope you're doing good too. Is this the end of the live? I mean, it can be. Usually when he leaves, the live cuts out. No, we're still here, man. Wally says I can hear my hair growing. That's wild, Wally. What kind of psychedelics you got to be on to hear that? You got to be super conscious to hear your hair growing. Sometimes I can hear the liquids inside my brain rattling in there. Or he comes back on mute and it goes on mute for like 5 minutes. Yeah, that happens too. Faison says Paradigm is actually decent. People hate it for the generic scent profile, but it has a unique undertone that is suppressed by its bubblegum-like sweetness. The scent progression is also complex. You know what? I smelled it on some young dudes at the gym, and I thought that's something my kid would enjoy, and I wouldn't mind smelling it on him more than something that I would wear myself. I think he'll enjoy it. Edition Blanche is very pleasant for summer citrus. Edition Blanche is a big lemon, very creamy lemon. Wally says, I bought Gucci Guilty Absolute, the new one. It's mainstream, flanked to last years. Gucci Guilty Elixir by Quentin Biche. I actually liked Elixir. I was surprised by this one. Bought it on the spot. Don't usually like mainstream. Yeah, I liked Elixir. That's the Gucci in the green bottle. I thought that was excellent. I did not know that was a Biche. Pour Monsieur EDP is better doing the same. Pour Monsieur EDP is better. Better than what? Do you buy artisanal? Not a whole lot. What fragrances are you looking forward to wearing in the fall, winter? Frederic Malle. A lot of Frederic Malle. Monsieur. Fall, winter, the night, the moon, dawn. Music for a while, Musgrave. I guess Grand Soir, Shalimar, Bellamy, Antaeus. Leather Oud, I guess some oody things. Bois Mysterio, Santal Royale. Jeanne is in search of an iris perfume with warmth and life, something not weighed down by a melancholy. I think that my next Chanel is Pour Monsieur, says JJ. Eugene, who is the most overrated perfumer? Overrated? FK. FK. But he's like the most mainstream, so of course he's gonna be overrated. Who do you think is the most overrated? Fall and winter, musky, ambery, vanilla, spicy, sometimes oud. I recently bought Midnight Stroll, Eugene. Why is this so addictive? Right? It's so good and resinous. Like if you like resin, Midnight Stroll is perfect for that. Smoke, amber, tar, incense, resin. It's so damn good, eh? What do you think about Voice of the Snake? It's very similar in style to Midnight Stroll, but they, the smells are different. Who wonder who'll be taking over for Armani? He had 100% creative control for his brand the whole time. His clothes are timeless. Was he in control of his fragrances as well? I imagine not so much, eh? You think he was with his fragrances? Like, was he picking his own fragrances? Like, working with the perfumer? Johnny Amsterdam is here. We got Johnny Blaze and Johnny Amsterdam. Yeah, lots of Johnnies here. Morning, it's 8 a.m. here. Carnal Flower is magnificent and puts spells on me every time. It is spell taking, eh? Breathtaking. I love Carnal Flower as well. Eloise is obsessed with Iris. I think a lot of people love Iris. She's not the only one, but it's a good floral to be obsessed with. I definitely obsess over it way too much too. But Jana was asking for, I'm thinking about something for Jana. An uplifting iris. Uplifting iris. How about Bella Spiro? What would you do? It's not really an uplifting. It's a more of a contemplative iris. Uplifting iris. What is an uplifting iris? "31 Rue Cambon." Spaced, what is happening? My favorite note combo, violet and patchouli. So what's your favorite fragrance with that note combo in it? I'm looking forward to the new Le Labo Violet, to be honest. What would you do if a bottle of Ganymede broke and spilled all over your table? I'd probably get rid of the table. Jean-Claude Elena. Momo says most overrated perfume, Jean-Claude Elena. Mo, I can't believe you're saying this. I disagree with that. I love Jean-Claude's work. Wally says MFK, I agree. He needs to step back and maybe smell some coffee beans. I think the coffee beans have dried out his nose, Wally. Too much coffee beans. Maybe start drinking some water and reset that palate. His scents recently sucked Donkey D. Johnny Blaze is in Amsterdam. Yeah, red light district. I'll meet you guys there. Let's do it. Let's meet there. Yeah, Happy Iris, I do not know. Yeah, I don't know. I would say like Lancome La Vie est Belle or something if you want a Happy Iris. I don't know what to tell you. I can't think of any. A Happy Iris. La Vie est Belle is a happy perfume. Uplifting. How about... What's the Shalimar with Iris? The Shalimar with Iris flanker. Shite. The one... I can never remember the name of it. I'll think of it. I'll remember. I want someone else to come up with a great powdery violet. Armani, in his will, directed his heirs to sell off their stakes. He prefers Louis Vuitton, Moet Henné, and L'Oreal. I had to reread the article. I was surprised. Like, what? I mean, they're going to take care of it better than anyone else. Nobody's going to take care of it as well as Armani did, right? But at least LVMH and L'Oreal will keep it alive. Blue Lighting, hello. You hate Ganymede? I don't like Ganymede, no. I did not enjoy Ganymede, like not even a bit. Wally says, oh my God, Jean-Claude Elena, I agree, forgot about him. Hate most of his stuff. How are we friends, Wally? What's going on? What do you hate about his perfume? Space says, I wore Iris 39 and it has this note combo. Also, Tom Ford Purple Patchouli. It has a gothic 80s neon purple feeling. Purple Patchouli has violet. Iris 39 has violet. Yeah, Iris and violet are a combo that usually go together. Rose, Iris, Violet, La Peau Nue. That's a big Rose, Iris, Violet. Jana says, I'm waiting for Bella to Speedo. A decant is arriving next week. I've never tried this perfume before, and I'm really looking forward to the impressions. Ooh, you're in for a treat. Do you like Chanel number 19? L'eau d'hiver. I find L'eau d'hiver kind of moody and sensual. I love the woozy smell of creme de violet. Cream of young sun violet. Mesia, happy violet. Happy iris. I find Mesia so serious, eh? Like super serious. Like kind of bitchy and stuck up. I don't know if I find Mesia happy. Happy. I always think of when I smell Mesia. What's her name from Pulp Fiction? The chick in Pulp Fiction. And there's that takes me on a journey is Maison Crivelli Iris Malacan. Millesime Iris. No, it's not Millesime Iris. It's the Shalimar. Let me go grab it really quick. Really, really quick. There's so much perfume wafting in this room. All I can smell is Grand Soir when I walk in. Shalimar Parfum Initial. This has got a huge iris in it. Peach, iris, and it's really good. I would say this is uplifting. Like an uplifting iris. La Vie is bellish, a little bit. Iris usually is blues and smut, easy. Iris leather vanilla galbanum. Myrrh 55 has an interesting jasmine patchouli combo. French Lover can do some uplifting, and there is iris in the mid. There is a bit of iris, but it's not a very heavy orris perfume. French Lover. I definitely know what you mean by iris in French Lover, but it's really discreet. It's not, I don't think it's an obvious iris. JCE is a king. He's not working. He's definitely a king. And as for Armani, I don't know if it has as fashion and beauty as Estee Lauder did that with 2 billion Tom Ford acquisitions when he retired. The guy literally works with 5 materials. Yeah, it's more like 200, but yeah, it's not a whole lot. Doc says, Elena is a genius. I wore L'Eau d'Hiver last night. I love it so much every time I wear it. Like smearing expensive cream all over me. A soft cream, right? Yeah, L'Eau d'Hiver is irisy. Mesia is the smell of perfumed candy. I like makeup scents. Lipstick rose. I like makeup scents too. I like powdery things. Mia Wallace, yes. Mesia reminds me of Mia Wallace. That character with the hair, doing the coke, dancing with Johnny Travolta. Just that serious, that sort of serious attitude. I know you don't like Lily of the Valley, but do you think Aqua Allegoria Herba Fresca by Guerlain is pleasing? I actually really like Lily of the Valley. Uma Thurman. The OD scene is wild, yeah. French Lover, Angelica Galbanum, and Bay Leaf combo, just amazing. You know what else? Bay Leaf, I love in Bois Studio. Guerlain Bois Studio is incredible. Bay Leaf. Herba Fresca is so good, it grew on me. Yeah, the Aqua Largorias are nice, light, fresh line. I don't think there's anything really disgusting or abnormal, and they're so approachable and made to be nice and good and fresh and clean and enjoyable. And they just kind of do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, I don't think anybody needs every single Aqua Allegoria. You know what they are to me? They're like doctor office scents. Very clean and offensive, almost like Joe Malone, but better. I think Travolta has always been gay. Is he gay? I didn't know he was gay. I thought he was married. In what movie would you think he was gay? You thought he was gay in Pulp Fiction? I think he would be way more gay in Welcome Back, Kotter. Like, in the sitcom he was doing. Anyone watch Solaris, the original one? It's so unique and philosophical. Classic Goldie. Anyone watch Solaris? What is Solaris? I don't know what that is. Is that YouTube? Is that Netflix? Good morning, Justin. Good to see Justin. Diorome Intense. I've only seen George Clooney Solaris. What is Solaris? I've yet to smell that, Shalimar, says Justin. Sounds like my kind of perfume. Yeah, if you like sweet, it's a sweeter Shalimar, fruitier. It's got a lot of fruit and florals. Rosy Iris. This fall, I'm hoping to get Tom Ford a Ben Fume and Winter Epona by Papillon. You didn't pick up French Lover. What do you mean I didn't pick it up? I got well, that's Bois d'Orage is French Lover. They're the same fragrance, just different name. L'Essence Shalimar is getting some good reviews. I've not tried that yet. I've not tried that, but I've seen a bunch of people reviewing it. What do you think of the Iris and 31 Rue Cambon? I love 31 Rue. It's one of my favorite things ever, but I find it way more jasmine than Iris. If French Lover was beast mode, I would own a few backups. I love it. I love it too, spaced. Kind of wish it was a bit louder, but I still love it for what it is. Shauna says, thank you for reminding me about Shalimar Initial. I had forgotten about it. It's truly a happy iris. Thank you. You're very welcome, Jana. I hope you enjoy it. Dropout says, Bel is a happy Oris. Yeah. I'm happy wearing it. Wally says, I want to smell the original formulation of Guerlain, going back to it since original formulation of which Guerlain? He is gay, but in the closet. So's Charlie Sheen, apparently. He's coming out of the closet. I've not seen the film, but he talks about having relationships with men. That's kind of a surprise, but not really. Surprise, but not really. Like, nothing should be a surprise. Especially in Hollywood, right? Hollywood, everything is like readily available and common, and oh, I get a vibe with Travolta, Hugh Jackman too. Is there a closeted straight dude somewhere? Do you like pigeons? Well, I don't hate them. Eugene, make a good amount called Canadian Lover. Canadian Lover. Solaris is a... Oh, my battery's dying. I gotta plug in my phone, guys. See? Let me know if that sound starts. Let me know if that sound starts up. Solaris is a 2002-ish sci-fi romance. Good but weird. I've not heard of it. I've not watched that. Rob says, I just sampled ombre leather and Tuscan leather. I do like ombre, but I don't understand Tuscan. Ombre is the softer version of Tuscan. You don't understand Tuscan. Tuscan is the more animalic, grown-up version, I find. Wally wants to smell all Guerlains. You've never smelled the Guerlain? You've not smelled the Guerlain, Wally? Or just the old vintages? I get a lot of woodiness from my 31 Rue and non-distinct florals, but quite a bit of iris. You only have the EDT, right? Let's see what comes up. I get Lily of the Valley. Yeah, iris, powdery iris, musk, jasmine. I get so much jasmine. Bergamot. Oh, yeah. The iris is there. Really good iris, too. It's so good. It's perfection. To me, it's perfection. It's like looking at the most perfect cathedral. Perfect cathedral made of perfume. That's what 31 Rue is. It's the cathedral of perfumes. There's no chaos, eh? It's pure calmness. I think this is one of the greatest things ever created in this world of perfume, 31 Rue. Ylang, yeah. Ylang. Maybe not as heavy as cocoa or some of the other Ylangy things. You have it ready and waiting. Yeah, I just had it sitting here. Ombre seems like I would actually wear it. Ombre is more approachable than Tuscan for sure. Tuscan is when you're going out in your like best James Bond moment. Ombre is way more casual. iPhone doing the noise, but it's fine. We'll charge up for a bit and then we'll go outside. Corey Feldman. Oh yeah, I think Sheen did a thing on Feldman. The Solaris I'm talking about was 1972 film available on HBO Max and Amazon Prime. I think it's about a psychologist going to space station to investigate the death of a doctor and other weird stuff. I've not heard of this. Definitely my favorite Les exclusive, 31 Rue. It's definitely in my top 5. Probably my number 1 too. Space Dropped Out says 31 Rue is grand. Floral Notes says, people in positions of power aren't necessarily attracted to the same sex, but it's asserting dominance. Yeah. right, what do we got here? We got some goodies here, fellas, ladies and gents. Yeah, some goodies. I think it's time to go outside. I chose ombre for a motorcycle ride and warm weather type vibe. What else would you recommend for this vibe? For going out on a motorcycle, Fahrenheit. Definitely Fahrenheit. Dior Fahrenheit. Tuscan leather, ombre leather, Pure Distance M, Bella Me, Fetish, Roja Fetish, Antaeus, Chanel Antaeus, Kuros, YSL Kuros I would recommend for a motorcycle ride. Interlude Man, Frederic Malle Monsieur. This is all masculine energy, right? Monsieur. Ombre Sultan, Grand Soir, I would recommend. Le Lion for a motorcycle ride. I think this would be great. This is very leathery, ambery. You want some florals? How about some florals? Are florals cool for a motorcycle ride? I'd put, Cuir de Russie maybe for a motorcycle ride. 31 Rue. For me, 31 Rue. Lily says something about 31 Rue Cambon kind of makes me sick, and it really pains me to say so. Oh, no. I know what you mean, Lily. Because one of the rudest comments I ever got on my perfumes came while wearing 31 Rue. And it was one of my best friends, and he's like, bro, it smells like armpit, disgusting and nasty. And we were going to work. We were going away somewhere. It was a work trip. And he was driving, and he would keep rolling my window down. I'm like, fuck, bro, it's cold. Like, roll up the window. And we kind of had this game where we were rolling up the window up and down for a bit. And I'm like, what's your deal? And he's like, I can't stand your perfume. I was like, all right, I get it, but I don't get what you're complaining about. It's beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous. It's not nasty. But to him, it was like the jasmine was just, it smelled like armpit. And I get that. It's like a white floral. And white florals are known to turn stomachs, right? And if you're not into perfume, like if you're not, like, white florals will mess you up. Kind of like Corey Feldman. Thoughts on Charlie Kirk? Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. God bless him, man. It's unfortunate. It's weird and strange times we live in. Eugene, have you tried any Duchefort or European perfumes, their own brands? No, not their own brands. I haven't. Duchefort actually reached out and got in touch about that. Asked if I was planning on coming to France anytime soon. I was like, what? What's going on here, Bertrand? What strain are you smoking tonight? Well, I got a couple of choices here. Depends what direction you guys want to go. If you want to talk about aliens or... Justin says I can wear 31 Rue anytime. Yeah, me too. I'm down for 31 Rue anytime. Spice Bomb leather. Yeah, you can wear Spice Bomb for motorcycle ride. Not something I would wear, maybe, but yeah, it's appropriate for a motorcycle ride. Cuir de Russie on a motorcycle ride. Why not? How about Dandy? Guerlain Dandy. Lupin Dandy. That's a great leathery violet. I think that would be awesome for a motorcycle ride. It's so weird that someone would get BO from that. I never even got that. You don't get the musky jasmine from it? I turn stomachs all the time. You turn stomachs? Are you a white floral? Well, your floral notes, I imagine you're white. Have you tried pure skunk glands? No, no, but I see skunks all the time. We got skunks at work behind this shed. I see them all the time. We cross paths, and I'm like, at first I was kind of scared, but once you cross them and they know you, like they're not going to spray you. They don't want to spray you either. As long as you're not bugging them, they won't spray you. I haven't been sprayed yet, but I don't know. There's a couple of times where I've locked eyes with a skunk behind the shed, and I was just like, "Oh fuck, please don't spray me." And they just kind of look at you, like this one just kind of looked at me and turned around and walked away. I was like, "Oh, thank God." I don't think I like 31 root, but I do love me a stinky white floral. I think it's one of the best. You know, it's a hard white floral, like really hard white floral to love. That really, but it's really good, and it does turn stomachs. Is Le Labo Ilang. That I love that one, but that one does turn my gut a bit. Has anyone have tried Secretions Magnifique? I've tried it. Hola amigo. Hey Happy. Good to see Happy. I get jasmine definitely, but jasmine always smells clean to me. Always? What's your favorite fresh fragrance? At the moment, Happy, it's probably, this is what I'm wearing the most at the moment for fresh, is Celine Parade, which is a big Neroli bergamot grapefruit, a vetiver oak mossy sort of thing. Very citrusy and soapy. Lily is a white floral, and you turn stomachs. If I smell queer to Reese near a motorcycle, I would automatically think kidnapping. I love Lila Bolang, Elang. Oh, this is not charging. What is happening here? Why aren't you charging? Guys, how's everybody doing? 2:25 a.m. just outside of Toronto, and it's good to be with you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great night. Doing whatever you're doing, being with us. Let us know what fragrance you're wearing. Let us know how life is treating you. Okay, I gotta ask. I gotta just ask. How's Celine Parade pronounced? Parade? Parade or parade? Well, it depends if you're saying in French or English. I'm not really sure. If you're saying it in English, it's parade. I imagine the French pronunciation is parade. Ace saying spark it. Let's go Sparky. What are you guys all sparking? Give us your strain of the night. Nishane Wulongcha is the best motorcycle ride fragrance. I'm not being a bitch, just heard it said differently. Yeah, people will pronounce things differently. That's okay. Maison Margiela Lazy Sunday Morning is also very good and on the same page as Le Labo Ilang. Yeah, I've got a lot of Monsieur on. A lot. Run out of battery so I can go to sleep. You can just turn your phone off, Lils. You know what I mean? Just end the misery right now and just click. We'll be gone. Oh, this is the Shalimar. I'm like, what is this sweet thing on me? This is Shalimar Parfum Initial. Where did you go? No, this is... I feel like I sprayed Parfum Initial over Ombre Sultan. That's why this is so confusing to me. That's Grand Soir. Nothing here. I'm smelling like 2 or 3 different things here. Interesting. Okay. No, it's not charging over 20% for some reason. It's not able to go over 20. Wally says, I'm so sorry I forgot to take everyone's coats. Is it okay outside? It's nice here in Iowa. Yeah, I think it's nice enough we can go outside barefooted, Wally. The grass isn't cold enough, and then we can just plant our feet right into it. You know what I mean? We're gonna go touch some grass. I don't think it's too cold. We can go out in a t-shirt. I probably don't even need a sweater or a hoodie or anything. You look high on perfume. I'm high on life, bro. I'm high on you. Your energy here is contagious and it's vibrating to the highest frequency, and that's just what's giving me my lift. That's what's giving me my high. It's you. But yeah, take your coat off and stay a while. Stick around, man. Let us know what you're wearing. I'm smoking a headband crossed with cheese. It's called head cheese. Does the Philosopher's Walk Park in Toronto have any significance for you? Is there that? I've never been there, Johnny Blaze. I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest. I didn't know the Philosopher's Walk in Toronto, or I think there's one in Japan as well. I didn't even know it was a thing until I kind of came up with the name and I Googled it to see if there was anything. I was like, oh, there are. The one in Japan is a cherry, it's a cherry blossom park. But there's no cherry blossom in Philosopher's Walk, but I thought if I was gonna do a real Philosopher's Walk, it should probably be a cherry blossom, like that would have been the Tokyo version or the Japanese version. Yeah, but no, I've never been there, but it'd be a great idea to go and check it out. 1 Million Golden Oud is unlike the usual designer line. Leans Middle Eastern and it smells fuller. Yeah, it's not going over 20. I don't know if we'll be able to go outside. 20% is not a lot of battery. Germany 2, says Johnny Blaze. Germany what? Is there a Quentin Biche creation that you like? I recognize all of his works by that itchy, no. The itchy amberwood. That's a good way of putting it, itchy. I just can't seem to get along with. I'm not a big fan of his Akigawa wood. I don't mind the new Hermes that he worked on. What's that Hermes called? I don't mind that one. There's not a whole lot of things that I like though. JJ says you may puke, but I think I'm going to start layering acne and pesh together. It scratches my itch for a peach. You can go to the grocery store and get a bag of peaches. But if that's your thing, man, you do you. Like, we crucified Lily for the same thing, so we're going to have to put you in a polka dotted bikini and make you walk the plank as well. Like, I think fair is fair. And having Lily, asking Lily to do it and then not doing it to you, it's just not fair. Right, Lily? I don't think Lily would appreciate that. I couldn't stop smelling my arm with Pete Walk, says Wally. Wally's got a sample. How did you get a sample, Wally? I can't wait to see the note breakdown. Ace says, Jana, I'm quite fond of Ganymede. And your next release after this one. It's gonna be a while, Wally. No rush, no rush. No big rush. We're gonna be here for a long time, Wally. I sampled Lartisan made by him. Not bad. A freshie. Forgot the name. A lart. He's made Lartisans. Quentin Biche. What are your favorite desert gems? The moon, dawn, and the night. Descended a purchase. I know that. I know how you got it, but people are asking how they can get a sample. I said you just gotta be able to get it. Floral says, I'm a fan of fairness, but I like special treatment too. Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad you weren't offended. We're Molecule 1 for Uber tonight. So you chose Molecule 1 specifically to go for an Uber ride? So Susie Leheli, perfumer for Acne Studios, did the Hellenist Bras de Morphy. She is a rising star. She must be a Frederic Malle founder, or picked her out, or decided to work with her. Like, I really like Acne. I wore them both on my arms to test, compare them, and I like them both when smelling my arms together. Wait, so what's going to happen to me? So going forward, we got to punish all layers, because we find layering a sin. We found it to be a sin. We've agreed here in the court of this space that layering is a kind of criminal offense. So Lily she admitted to layering earlier, and we asked her to walk the plank, and in the polka dotted bikini, that was her punishment. So we're gonna have to share the same punishment to you. We just got to get evidence, though, of you in the bikini, polka dotted. JJ says I'm into crazy shit, so be careful. Okay, send the pictures to somebody else, and they'll confirm. And once they confirm, we'll mark you down as you've paid your ticket. You paid your fine. How do dawn and night differ? If you can please explain. I haven't tried them. So the dawn and night are kind of similar. They're very similar styles. The night is dirtier. Dawn is dirty as well, but not as dirtier. It seems like the dawn is more finely tuned. The night is bigger. It has more character. It's bolder. It's expressive. They're both very rosy, oody, patchouli things. They're both dirty critters, but just the night is like more. I've only tried Promise and Hope. I'm not really familiar with Hope, but I have Promise as well. Although I hate Acne, not hate, the sharpness really makes me feel like it's too metallic with a side of downy April Fresh liquid softener. I get that too. I like it. Is it criminal to layer with a molecule fragrance? I think molecules are made to layer, aren't they? I don't know, man. Just do what you want. I'm just having a good time. I don't care if you layer, man. Do whatever you like. We're just having a good time. Yeah, battery's not going over 20% for some reason. I don't know if we'll be able to go outside. Once I go outside, I'm not coming back in. That's the thing. Well, he says, it's just not my thing. I imagine he's talking about Acne Studios. I can appreciate it, though. It's very clean. I love cleaning supplies. Bleach, but some in Acne is harsh. I'm not a fan of cleaning supplies like toilet scrub and tile cleaner and all that stuff. Ugh. We have no room for layering llamas. Yeah, are you on no layering team? Who's on the layering team? L'artisan said that at Sarus is a biche. Hello, Eugene in chat. You're all night owls. Hello, carry on. Good to see Janet back again for a second tour. Floral Note says, trust me, if we were all layered up standing next to Eugene, he wouldn't even notice. I might. I probably just wouldn't care. It's like, just wear what you want. Just wear, yeah. So imagine being out there with 20 people, but smelling 40 perfumes. I'd be like, somebody's layering. I smell 40 perfumes, but there's only 20 of you. Who's layering? Only cleaning stuff that smells great is wood polish. Monsieur is my top 3 without a doubt. Janet says, I just moved to Victoria. You should have seen me driving over Rogers Pass on the Trans-Canada with 120 bottles packed in the back of my car. Did you enjoy the drive? Were you nervous traveling with so much perfume? Christian says, honestly, Frederic Malle hardly misses for me. Same here. I love them as well, but they're great stories. They're great developers. Guys, let's go outside. It's so nice outside. Let's go outside. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Give me a second. You guys get ready to go outside. My mom made pizza. Look at this. Homemade pizza. Who wants some? Take a little bit of pizza with us. I need 2 hands to cut this. Beautiful. Look at my baby. That's my baby. Don't touch. Hands off. Hands off my baby. What are you eating? Pizza. Would that be your superpower, finding layers and punishing them? No. I wouldn't care about that power. I think there's way more important powers to have. Janet says, my car almost overheated on the summit of Rogers Pass. Well, glad you made it home. That would suck. And up on the side of the highway with 120 bottles of perfume. Janet says, my favorite Frederic Malle perfumes are L'Eau d'Hiver, Carnal Flower, Eau de Magnolia. What about you, Christian? Wally says, I love all Frederic Malles except Parfum de Trace and a couple of Jean-Claude Elnas. Maybe outrageous. You don't like Parfum de Trace? Faison says, layering can sting too. Some perfumes aren't supposed to go with each other. Love Portrait of a Lady. No pineapple. No pineapple on this pizza. Just cheese and pep. Wally says, I'll hold the J while you eat. Hands off my J, Wally. What do we got? Guys, I got Sour D and Jean-Guy. What are we going for? Where's the conversation going to turn? Faison said, you should spray French Lover over your Monsieur and enjoy your pizza, smelling your layered combination between each bite and peaceful night. That sounds very stressful and anxious-inducing. Layering. What would be my superpower? Love. Love is the greatest power, always. Love, 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 love. Love is my superpower. Love. A vibration. Energy. Frequency. Faison says, crazy to think that the moon is the same moon everyone who lived us before has seen. Every person, evil, good, distraught, looked some night up at the moon for hope. Yeah. How many people do you think there have been on Earth? I bet you can Google it and they'd know. You think there have been like more than 100 billion people on Earth? That's a lot of people. I think there's only like 8 billion now. All right, we're going Jean-Guy. I've decided Jean-Guy. Janet says, I love Parfum de Trace, very reminiscent. Almost sibling to Rocha's Femme. Yeah, I like Parfum de Trace. But Rocha's Femme, I think, feels way more creative. Rob says, maybe I'm a little stoned. Would it be interesting to make dinner menu out of scent notes from fragrances? Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be eating all those oils and chemicals, though. Like, as great as perfume smells, I don't think it tastes very good if you've ever gotten any in your mouth. Christian says, my current faves are Musk Ravager, Monsieur, and Hope, although I did just get a good deal on the Night, so I jumped on that. These are all big masculine fragrances. Musk Rav, Monsieur, and the Night. Big, loud perfumes. Well, some of Frederic Malle's best, too. Wally says, I don't enjoy peach that much in my frags, but it is in that Hellenist I'm wearing. You keep talking about this Hellenist. I'm getting a lot of peach from that Shalimar Parfum Initial. Lots of peach. Christian says, I also want to try French Lover. I've heard a lot of good things. It's an excellent green fragrance. Definitely. Very woody. A little bit wild, like wild wood. Wild wood. Wild Canadian wood. Could have been called Canadian Lover, yeah. Smells kind of like Canada. French Lover. Smells more like the woods than an actual French guy making love to a woman. You know, like if that's what you're thinking when you hear the name French Lover, you probably think of some hairy chested machismo dude with, I don't know, whatever you think. But it's all about the forest, to be honest. It's not really, it doesn't really smell like a person. It smells like a wooded area, wooded forest, kind of like a damp, like a forest that's been flooded with water, lots of water. So it's a lush, thick, green smell. Lots of trees, lots of wood, spices, roots, a lot of rooty elements, underground soil. It's pretty wild. What would I compare French Lover to? I don't know, man. So if you smelled, let's say, Vetiver Extraordinaire from Frederic Malle, if you smelled Angelique sous la pluie and French, like those three are kind of, like if you made a triangle, they would all be able to fit within that triangle in some point and share like parts of a triangle, because they all have some sort of similarities. They're all green, floral. Promise came off really green to you. Promise to me was a whole lot of patchouli, like really dry patchouli. This message is held for review. Floral Note says, I would have thought it would be skankier, French Lover. It's not very skanky, is it? Wally says, Perfume Head has a scent called Canadian Tuxedo. When are you going to go and smell that brand? It will be vintage by the time you get around to it. I'm not saying they're the best. I enjoy maybe 6 of them. Yeah, someone else has told me to go try those as well. Perfume Head. And they agreed they're a great brand. So, I think they have them at Holt's in Canada. I'll be able to try them there. LA brand, but made in France. Lily was held for review again. Yes. YouTube does not like your language, even though your language is, it's not very naughty. You just said, I would have thought it would be skankier French. I gotta check my YouTube settings. It sounds like they're on sensitive or something, which I don't think this is a really sensitive channel, to be honest, so it doesn't need to be like holding those comments back. They're all extraits. Oh God, why? Why is everybody making? I don't like all extraits. They're super strong then, right? Super strong. What's up, Milosh? Good to see Milosh at almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Milosh says, I got the new Shalimar L'Essence. How is it? What is the essence of? Vanilla? No, how's the vanilla accord, though? Floral Note says they're silencing me. Ooh. Who do you think it is? I heard the night is similar to Portrait of a Lady with Oud. Is that true? That's true to a point. Like, I've heard that too. Yeah, and you can say there's some truth in that. The same as Promise is Portrait of a Lady. You know, I've heard Promise is Portrait of a Lady as well. Yeah, but Night is, yeah, it's a rose, patchouli, oudy thing. Like, Portrait of a Lady is a rose, patchouli. You know, so it has a partial of that in there. Janet says, my best friend and I text about perfume. By mistake, she let spell check change Holt Renfrew to Holy Renfrew. Laughed our asses off and call it that ever since. Holy Renfrew. I also heard the new batches aren't as animalic. I would believe that. If they're saying the new batches of Frederic Malle aren't as animalic, yeah. Because it's like the batches of everything have kind of suffered over the years. Thoughts on solid frags? I'm interested in the ones from Fischersund. Not much experience. I think I've tried the diptychs, like the kind of wipe-ons. They're like waxy. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of experience with solids. JJ says, I didn't like acne either the first couple times I smelled it. I didn't even want to take the sample I was given, but I'm glad I took it because I started liking it once I tried along with Pesh. So JJ has been obsessed with both Pesh and acne for the last, I would say, 2 weeks. There was about 6 months where he didn't stop talking about Celine, but now he's obsessed with acne and Pesh. I want the night, but I need to find a good price. Yeah, the night's quite costly, but you can sometimes find them like in the marketplace. Honestly, Hope and Promise smell so similar, almost identical, but Promise is more potent and Hope is closer to the skin. Promise is so strong, man. I don't know why they need this kind of horsepower in perfumes. They're way too strong. Like I don't want all that power, you know? There's hardly ever a time where I need all that energy. It's just like I want something soft and sensual. A lot of those mulls are super strong. They're all strong. They're all strong. Like none of them just kind of go away in a short time. They're all strong and they all last forever. But Promise has got to be one of the stronger ones. Dries is super strong, but I love Dries. Like, as strong as Dries is strong and potent. Probably every bit as strong as Promise, but it's a completely different perfume to me. Dries is wicked. Dries has a wicked vanilla accord. Like, it's kind of a scratchy perfume, Dries. Well, he says, you have been obsessed with Pesh, JJ. Now you have me wondering. Milosh says the anabolic part is toned down. There's tonka beans with Guerlain vanilla, similar to Millesime Vaniglia planifolia or Queer Beluga, for half price, 100% successful. JJ says, correction, I'm still obsessed with Bois Dormant. Me too, JJ. I love Bois Dormant. I love the whole line. I think Wally took my other joint because I can't find it. Wally, bring it back. Wally Cleaver. What was Wally's brother's name? Oh, Beaver. Yeah, Beaver. Leave it to Beaver. Wait, what was Beaver's real name? Who was Wally? Was Wally his brother or his dad? I used to watch that show as a kid when I came home from school. And I thought, oh, great, The Perfect American Family is on TV. I was like, these guys are so perfect. They have like the perfect dinners and lunches and breakfasts and conversations. They're all dressed so well. Dad goes to work, mom stays home, and she tends the house. I'm like, how come my family's not like this? Like, my family's not anything like this. Yeah, I mean, it is. Like, we all do that shit. We all go to work and school, but we don't fucking talk like this. Like the Beavers, you know what I mean? Beaver. Wally Beaver. Which one's Wally? The brother, right? The good old American family. That's the white picket fence, right? The American dream. Leave it to Beaver. Christian says that's one reason I love Mull. I kind of wish, like, Actually, you know what? Saying like you want more power from French Lover. Would you rather have French Lover be the way it is, or have it strong like those others, like Promise, or like obnoxiously strong, or it takes the enjoyment out of the fragrance? Milosh says, me too. I got samples of Promise. It's way too strong. Thoughts on Outrageous, Salgos. Very clean. Salgos is actually kind of dirty, fresh and dirty, like bubble gum. Salgos smells like you've been chewing bubble gum and then you've taken that gum and saliva and kind of rubbed it all over your skin. You know, so if you smell your skin later, it's got that smell of dirty saliva and bubble gum and galbanum. Like then you have this kind of weird galbanum coming out of the top. It's interesting, Salgos. I think it's more interesting than Outrageous. Outrageous is kind of this simple, clean, citrusy thing that feels like it doesn't really go anywhere for me. I don't mind Salgos. Salgos is a bit bitter. It's green and bubblegummy, but not bubblegummy like the way you find in a lot of today's modern designers. It's way more interesting bubblegummy, like without all that amberwood bubblegum. It's too bad Frederic Mulle's Superstitious and Dries Van Noten were discontinued. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Beeve. Any favorite ALD? What's ALD, bud? Arige Lador? No, I don't really know too much about Arige, bud. Theodore Cleaver? Teddy Cleaver? What were the parents' names? Beav. What was Beaver's buddy's name? Oh, God, I'd love to watch that show again. The Cleavers. That was propaganda. Isn't everything propaganda? Everything on TV is simply to sell you advertising. Right? Isn't TV just made to sell you advertising, to keep you hooked on for as long as they can? Well, he says I have Superstitious. I love it. Aldehydes. It smells magical. I don't know the note breakdown, but it's quite something. The collaboration with Albert Albus. So to me, Superstitious smells almost like electrical. When I wear it, I feel like some sort of electrical current, like this jasmine electrical current. Kind of the same way I feel when I wear Vetiver Extraordinaire. It also has this electric feeling, almost like an electrical note, but it feels like electricity. Superstitious and Vetiver Extraordinaire. It's pretty magical, actually. Christian says, I thought the moon was a little too incensey smoky for my liking. Would you say Dawn is even smokier? They're all smoky, but smoky in different ways. Like the moon is tarry smoke, right? Like black plumes of smoke. Yeah, very dark. The night, it's smoky. I don't think it's as synthetically smoky. The moon is the most synthetic of the most of them. Yeah, but they're all incensey smoke. Yeah, that's what they do. They've all got a ton of incense. The night is actually barnyardy. It smells like driving through the country. That oud is very filthy. Well, he says my real name is Walter Thomas Summerhays Jr. the third. Holy smokes. You got to be rich with a name like that. Like, you're definitely rich. If you got like a third attached to your name, like, I just go by Wally. My brother, the surgeon, not the meth addict, Josh, his name is Ben. If you got a brother named Ben and the surgeon brother, yeah, you're rich. You came from money. The third. How does that work? How does that work? Is it me or is it dark? Yeah, it's dark, man. I'm in Canada, bro. It's 3 in the morning. Where have you seen sun at 3 o'clock in the morning? My mom, when we were young, used to call us that. Wally and Beaver. That's wild. No way. Yeah, Wally. Do you know Pet Noir? What's that? What's Pet Noir? The moon is so strong. Promise doesn't even compare to it. I swear I wore the moon once. It felt so strong. Felt like a nuclear bomb walking around. I feel like all of them are like that. The moon, the night, dawn, promise, Monsieur. They're all huge. Wally says, I love the moon. So good. But it is strong. This stream is propaganda. You're going to see propaganda. Just wait. What are we propagating? Good taste. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Yes, superstitious. When I wear it, smells like a magical fairy or some. I always thought that. All those notes, the jasmine. I refuse to open my last bottle as it's not of it. Jasmine and vetiver. Yeah, it just made for a very electric combination. Weed and perfume. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're living our best lives. Talking about the things we love. With the people we enjoy. With people that love the same things. It kind of makes us like a club, eh? We're like a very secret society club. Nobody really knows about us. And even if they did, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh, those old guys just doing their thing again. Let's leave them alone. And they'll look for a bit. And then they keep moving. You know what I mean? And they just keep moving. They'll look. Some will like stay interested and they'll stick around. But the others, they just keep moving. And that's okay. It's our own little club, our secret club. We don't have to tell anybody. I mean, you can if you want, but we'll keep it secret. We'll keep it secret. We like it quiet. We don't like too much noise, right? I don't like noise. I like peace and quiet. Peace. I love peace. I love peace and quiet. So I try and keep everything peaceful and quiet. So I can hear the truth. That's where you find the truth, is in peace and quiet. You won't find the truth in chaos. That's where the truth lies, is in chaos. The moon is the most synthetic out of the gems line. That explains the price diff from the night and dawn, probably. I think dawn and the night have a higher quality of natural oud. It might not be much more, I don't know, but it feels like it's more natural than the moon. Yeah, the moon's oud is most synthetic. Wally says my grandpa was Tom. Great grandpa was first Walter. Wally. I had a friend named Walter. I called him Wally. Walter. He was actually, he was my dad's friend. And when I was a young guy, I was a young boy, he bought me my first pellet gun. He took me to Canadian Tire without even asking my dad. He just took me to Canadian Tire and bought me a pellet gun. Walter. Walter had this really cool dog, Bruce, and he liked to pound. Walter liked to pound booze. But he'd have to hide it from his wife, so he'd go take Bruce for a walk, and he'd chuck his Mickey into the bushes, right? And every night he'd go for a walk, he'd just go for his Mickey. And one night his wife walked Bruce, and Bruce took her into the bushes and came out with the Mickey and fucking sold him. Poor Walter, man. Poor Walter got sold by Bruce. And the moon is probably the best in the desert gems. It depends what you're looking for, man. I mean, the moon is it's fun. The night is, yeah, the night is pretty great. Dawn is pretty great too. Wally says, there won't be a fourth as I'm not into peach, if you get my drift. You're not into the mirage of the peach, eh? It's all right. Send the mirages to me. Floral Note says, I'm going to see propaganda. Are you threatening me? Don't make threats and not follow through. Lily. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. We gotta watch Fight Club. That's what we should do, turn Fight Club on. Wally says, I gotta ask a question. I enjoy everything we talk about, all of us. How the fuck does everyone know exactly when Eugene is on live? Is there an alert? I love the live. Otherwise, Eugene gets an email. Yeah, I think there's notifications you can turn on. I don't know where or how, but everyone keeps saying turn your notifications on. So turn your notifications on. I imagine, these people pop in right away. As soon as they start the stream, within 2 minutes, there's, at least 15, 20, 30 people in here. So they must be getting alerted. How do you guys all get your alerts? You got to be subbed, though. You got to be subscribed to the channel, and then you got to turn your alerts on. Has any fragrance brought you to tears? I'm sure there has. I can't remember right now, bud. I'm sure. Let me think about this. Has any fragrance brought me to tears? I think we talked about this recently. I've cried to Bella Speedo. I know that. I remember coming home from the beach. Yeah, Bella Speedo. I cried in Bella Speedo. I remember driving home from the beach, and it was just such a beautiful day. The sky, I don't know. I was just so grateful to be here. I remember getting out of the car, like driving home, just pulling over, getting out of the car and staring at Mother Earth and just crying, out of pure happiness, pure joy, like pure ecstasy. When did you last wear Pour Monsieur? I'm considering getting it. Saw your review. I wear it often, and I recommend it all the time. Chanel Pour Monsieur? Yes, very often. You tried Loe 7. I have not. What's happening, Moose? Doing great, bud. How are you? Lily gets head tingles. Tells me when to check YouTube for stream. You got to turn your antenna on, man. Your reception's got to be clear. Moose is not in the mood. What aren't you in the mood for, Moose? What's got you feeling the blues? Ganymede brought me to tears and not in the good way. Yeah, I can feel that frustration. Ganymede. I think something like 31 Rue could make me cry. It's so beautiful. Like if you're looking at something like heartbreakingly beautiful. Been a pretty effed up week, let's be honest, but I won't steer the topic towards negative stuff. I hope you're doing okay, bud. Yeah, it was kind of a messed up day for everybody. Like, I'm not crazy into, that kind of stuff. But even when that happened, even I was like, oh shit. It just like ruins the mood, It did. It ruined the mood. I gotta be honest. For me too. And I don't really fall for propaganda. Wally, where's my joint? Heaven Can Wait is so underrated too. I'm not a big Iris guy. It's like, I haven't heard many people mention Heaven Can Wait since, like, after its release. It kind of made a lot of noise when it first came out, but that's it. Like, what's happened to Heaven Can Wait since? I really like that one as well. Super spicy. 31 Rue. We'll need to get my nose on it. Definitely, you have to. Agree, that's why we must come together. It just feels like everything's so far apart. And that's kind of what they want, is to have us fighting against each other. Because it's a distraction. It's a distraction from what they really want us to see. So we're exactly where they want us. And that's not a good thing. You're right, we have to come together. But where do you kind of draw that line? Who's gonna put down their sword first? Who's attached to their story the most? Somebody just got a sample pack. I do get the similarities with Heaven Can Wait and Little Blue. Heaven Can Wait